Hey guys, my name is Charlie Plyman. I'm the Oregon Field Manager for Surfrider Foundation, and today I'm going to be taking, or sampling rather, some water quality from Short Sands Beach. I'm going to be walking you guys through some steps real quick here, show you how we do this. It's a pretty simple process. There's an area at Short Sands right now that we're concerned about, so I'm going to be testing some of the leach water that came out of their septic field to see what the water quality looks like. So make sure we're not getting poop in Short Sands Beach. So real quick, this is how we do this. I have my sample right here. You can see I've labeled that. I have a mixing container right here that I'm going to use. It's nice and sterile. I also have some reagent. This is bacteria food. This is what we're going to use to help try and grow the bacteria, or hopefully not grow any bacteria. I have a pipette, clean and sterile, and a quantitray, which is actually what we're going to put this medium in to do the testing. Now, what we're sampling for here is something called Enterococcus bacteria. Enterococcus is a health indicator and will help determine whether or not the water quality is of risk to the public at all. So the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to dilute this sample into this mixing container. I'm going to take 10 milliliters of our sample and put it into here. And the way I'll do that is I'll unwrap this, use this handy little device, and leave that on there so it stays sterile. This little pipette aid will help me measure out how much of our sample I'm going to need. So, take this off. Hold this down in here to steady it. We're going to suck up 10 milliliters. And fill it to the 0 line. I'm just going to put that into my mixing. So I'm done with this for now. Done with the sample for a minute. Put that aside just in case I need any more. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take this and dilute it. So I'm going to add sterile water to this up to the 100 milliliter line. So that'll give us a 1 to 10 dilution. And just going to fill this guy up. Alright, perfect. So back to our sample here. Now that it's diluted, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bacteria food. This stuff is called Enteralert. Dump that in there. And then we're going to mix this up. This takes a couple of minutes. Spoon is good. And while that's finishing dissolving, I'm going to go ahead and just label this quantitray, which is what I'm going to put this sample into. Label that leach pipe, since that's what we're going to be testing. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour our sample into here now that it's all diluted in there. So the way we do this, just open up this quick here. I'm going to pull this open, cup it with my hands like that, and just pour that in. And I can set this aside. Now I'm just going to try and get the bubbles out of this. I'm going to flick it a little bit. And now we're ready to seal this thing up and put it into the incubator. So I'll show you how we do that now. So we're going to move over here. And I'm going to be using this machine right here, which is called a quantitray sealer. It's kind of like a glorified lamination machine. And I have this little rubber insert that I put my tray into. Make sure that that's all lined up, and then it just goes right into this machine. And I'm going to feed this in. And this will come out the other side, just like this. Alright, sorry for the hands on the video. We're sealed now. You can see this is all sealed up, labeled. On the back, I'm going to put the date in here. It's August 6th. And now our sample is going to go into our incubator. So, I've got an incubator right here. Holds this at 41 degrees Celsius. That goes in there like that. And we will come back in 24 hours and test our results. And that's about it. So if you're doing a lot of different sites, it's a little bit more complicated, just because you're going to have to use a lot more equipment, a lot more reagent, and keep track of things a little bit better. But the short of it is, that's how we do our testing here, and tomorrow we will know the results of that.